How you doing today?
Pretty good, and you?
Good, good. I'm just getting over cold. So something's going around, man. Because I haven't been sick in years. And then lo and behold, I
Yeah,
got sick. So I don't know what's going around, but I guess it's like a stomach bug virus. So it's all good though. It's all good.
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just start going into my podcast in that case,
Sure.
introduction part.
Yeah.
Okay, so hello. So this is another episode of Hidden Identity. And today we have a really special guest today. His name is James Cox. He's from, is it South Carolina?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. South Carolina.
Okay. And then basically what he is he's a basically has his own podcast. It's called When Words Fail, Music Speaks.
Yes.
Uh, can you tell us more about your podcast?
Yeah. So I have this podcast with my co-host Blake Mosley. I met him through college. And we've been
Mhm.
through a lot of podcasts in the past, and they didn't work. So my friend Mark said, James, you know a lot about music, and you can do podcasting, which is great. So I think you could find them together. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I asked my
Right.
friend Blake, and he said yes. And it's basically a podcast for anybody who has um mental health issues or depression or
Yeah.
anxiety, but mainly it's for everybody because everybody loves music. And
Right.
we made this podcast for people like we don't want other people to feel like the way we do when we're depressed. And music
Right.
does something to your soul to get you right out of that funk. So we made it for
Right.
the public, but basically. I mean, it's out, but
Yeah.
it's for all of y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so basically, according to your profile, it said basically you discuss basically more of like the healing power of music and in terms of fighting depression and challenges in life.
Yes.
Can you tell us like basically like describe that moment in your time? I guess the first experience you had when music was like, okay, like this
Yeah.
is getting me like in a good feeling.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So, my depression goes all the way back till 2020. No, so, it's been longer than that. Since I was 24, so it would be 20 uh 14 maybe. I don't know. It's been a while. But my
Yeah, yeah.
mom noticed that I wasn't very energetic as I used to be.
Hmm.
So she wanted to go to a doctor and be get checked out, and they said that I had depression. But the funny thing about depression is you really can't explain it.
Yeah,
It's different for different people, of course. But for
right.
me, I was going out with a girl, and it didn't work out,
Yeah,
we kind of called it quits simultaneously, and that really bothered me. So I guess that was my first time about dealing with depression, and it just got.
yeah,
I don't want to say it got worse, but it just continuously like more difficult to deal with. Um,
yeah.
so the doctors put me on some medication, and I've been on medication since 2014, and I recently got off it. But that doesn't mean that I won't ever get back because you never know what depression will do to you. So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things you kind of get take it like day by day sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah. 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 Yeah, because anytime I feel depressed, I always listen to I don't know if you heard of him, but his name Eric Church. He's a country
Yeah.
artist. Um, country is
And what's
one of
his name?
Eric Church. Eric
Eric Church.
Church. Yeah, he is a fantastic country singer. And him and Luke
Okay.
Combs, they have songs that really does it for me. And I don't know why I can't really explain it. Because some songs
Yeah.
really explain how it makes me feel, and they just get me
Yeah.
right out of the funk. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, so basically it says that you have what's called cerebral palsy. Can you describe like what that is?
Okay, so cerebral palsy is most commonly known as CP. So cerebral
Yeah.
palsy is a disorder in your mind that tells your other body not to work really well. What
Hmm.
happened was I was born, and when I was born, when I came out of my mom's womb, the umbilical cord
Hmm.
was wrapped around my throat, and I couldn't breathe. So
Yeah.
they kept me for 4 or 5 days to check on me, and everything was good. So my mom took me home, and then later on, she noticed that I wasn't doing as well as other people would do with their babies. So she took me in, and
Yeah.
they either told her I had CP when I was born, or I can't remember. But yeah, it's a problem in the brain where the brain doesn't connect with your motor skills. So I walk
Hmm.
with a gait, with a slight like funny gait, and my hand doesn't work as well as my left hand, and I walk with the walker.
Yeah.
I've had my walker since I was 21. I am 43 right now, so it's about like 20 something years. But I make it work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean that's
Um,
life so far, so really can't complain.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so basically, and you're saying basically like in order to get out of those situations, you basically use like music to like express of like getting out of those situations.
Yeah. I mean,
You got,
yeah, because like I said before, music is a uplifting tool. It can motivate you to do things you don't want to do before. Yeah, so music is really
yeah.
healing to the soul. So yeah, yeah.
Okay. This should be a fun question. Name your top five songs, your top five go-to songs
Ooh,
to
top
get
five.
you out of depression. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so Eric Church,
Hmm.
Talladega. That's a good song, Talladega by Eric Church. Luke
To Talented Day.
Talladega, kind of like the NASCAR, race, Talladega. And then
Oh,
you have,
Talladega.
yeah, and then you have Luke Combs, which is our Reasons, his song like Reasons by Luke Combs. And then you have
Reason. Okay.
yeah, and then you have Santa Beamed Us Up by the Deads. That always brings me to tears because that always reminds me of my Uncle Mike, because he passed away
Yeah.
3 or 4 years ago, like all of a sudden. So it came to
Yeah.
so that song always reminds me of him. That
Right.
set us up by the Deads, and then Push It Up Daisies by Brothers Osborne.
Stages.
Push It Up
Okay.
Daisies, um, by Brothers Osborne is a good song, and the last song is gonna
Okay.
be um. And I don't know what the last song would be, because there's many songs that I go to, but
Yeah.
yeah, so I gave you four of them. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That is good. Yeah. So what do you think in terms of like understanding like the concept of music and like when you say like it gets you out of like your depression, in what ways could it also does it like help you in other ways too besides like getting out of depression?
Yes, it helps me work better, work faster, stay more motivated. Because sometimes, okay, so when you're depressed, you
Hmm.
don't. I'm not sure if you have depression, but you don't. If you don't want it. Trust me. Oh God, don't get it. But with
Yeah.
depression, you don't feel like doing anything for the whole day. You just want to stay in bed. You don't know why you don't want to stay in. You want to stay in bed. You just don't want to do anything the whole day. Um,
Yeah.
as I said before, music is a great uh motivator. And you really can't
Yeah.
explain how it does it. It just does it for me. You know, there's no really explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what genres of music do you listen to?
So I listen to everything except for well, hell, I listen to everything because I listen. My favorite genre is country. I do listen to
Hmm.
rap, rock, metal, jazz. Um, I think those are the main genres, right? Because I don't think of any other genres I don't listen to death metal. I can't understand them. so I had
Yeah,
to stay away from them. Yeah, but country, rap, metal, rock, and jazz. Jazz is pretty good sometimes.
jazz.
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. That's good. Do
yeah.
you play any instruments?
No, no. My uncle Junior tried to teach me a long time ago um how to play the guitar. But I
Yeah,
think I should learn how to play again. Now my
yeah,
co like he plays drum in the church band. He's a great drummer. So yeah.
yeah.
But I don't play any instruments right now.
Okay. And you say that's all you want to play is just the drums? I mean, just a guitar, or is there any other instruments that you probably want to like get into?
Um, I would like to play I think it's called the cajon. It's spelled Cajun.
Cajon?
It's spelled Cajun, but it's kind of like a floor drum. You know, I don't know. You
Hmm.
have to look it up. It's Cajon. It's how you spell it.
Oh, Cagon.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce it. Blake knows how.
Yeah, that does sound like it could be Cajun. Like,
Yeah, cause I'm like pronouncing Cajun and it's my Blake's like,
yeah, it's so
I,
close. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's like a wooden block. It's like
Hmm.
with something in it, and it makes it sound like a drum kit,
Yeah.
but you sit on it, you know. So I think I can do
Okay.
that. Other than, or yeah, that's what I wanted to learn, And I think Blake can teach me how,
Yeah.
drummer, so he plays it also. So yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
how to pronounce it, but that's how you spell it. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, and you said you also want to play guitar. Is there a specific guitar you want to play?
I started out at on electric and I had an acoustic. So acoustic for me would be, I mean, electric guitar for me would be a lot better because they're a lot thinner
Yeah.
than acoustic. I tried playing acoustic guitar and it didn't really go well with me because it was hard for me to wrap my arm around the body, the strum. So I think if
Yeah.
I start over again, I'm gonna give me an electric one.
Okay. Okay. Um, so just speaking from your podcast point of view, what stars or basically guests have you had on your show?
Yes. Okay. So, our shows consist of so we have three series in it. We have the main show, which Blake
Hmm.
runs. He gathers all the information, and on that one, we take one topic and talk about that topic. Either we talk about
Hmm.
one genre or a band, and we discuss their whole life. And then
Okay.
we have interviews, which we interview musicians. So we've interviewed
Okay.
like 100 musicians, and we interviewed Yogi Watts from Demon Hunter, Chantal Ogden, um, let's see, Ed Roman, Ember Swift,
Okay.
a lot of people that you may not have heard of, but you need to know because these are people who are very very good, but the media won't put them in the light. That's what we try to do. Also, is we try to uh kind of let people know that there's other music out there. So
Yeah.
we've even interviewed the saxophonist from Pink Floyd, Scott Page. So that was a big deal
Scott Page.
for us. Yeah, so that was a big deal. Pink Floyd's a really well-known band from around the world, so that was a really big hit we got. So yeah, but
Okay.
like I said, there's too many to list because we've interviewed like almost over 100 so far. So yeah, so our back catalog is
Yeah.
for anybody who wants to listen to us. Yeah.
Okay. And what you said three, right? So yeah, the main interview, or is that like
Um. So when you go to our podcast page, we list what it's going to be about, whether it's the main show or we don't have separate shows. We just do it all in one show. So depending on what you want.
oh, so it's stuff like okay, got you. So it's like it starts off main and just like it just goes into the interview and then it's like so you
Right.
split in like three sections per episode basically.
Well, no, it's always one episode, but we have like about 205 episodes. So each episode
Hmm.
is different, you know. One like one
Yeah.
could be interviews, one could be our intro, one could be our cover wars, you know. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And it says when word fails, music speaks.
Yes. Yep.
Uh, what was the inspiration of like how you guys came up with just that title alone?
Okay, so I came up with the title because one day when I was watching like a YouTube channel, and I don't know if you
Hmm.
remember, but I think it was Yo MTV Rap from like way back when, back in the 90s, you know. Um,
What was
but
it called again?
Yo MTV Raps. I don't know
Okay.
if you've heard of it, but it's a great show. I think it was like a show where it showed like nothing but like rap views, you know.
Hmm.
And the interviewer was at a show, and he was going to interview some people coming out of that show, and he
Yeah.
asked one girl, "What does music mean to you?" And he's like, "When words fail, music speaks." I'm like, "Ding! That's a great title for a podcast." Let me get it real fast before someone picks it up, and here we are.
Hmm.
3 years
Hmm.
later, we're still going strong. So hell yeah.
Yep. Wait, you said 3 years later?
3 years later, yeah. Yeah, we started this in February 2020, the pandemic,
Yeah.
we didn't get anything to do. I'm like, oh,
That's right during, that's like right before the pandemic hit
yes,
when we
right
were
before,
like the
yeah.
whole quarantine shut down.
Yeah, it's like, what am I gonna do, dude? You know? So,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
yeah, so I shouted out with my flick, and I'm like, yo, you're not doing anything at home. I'm not doing anything at home. Let's
Hmm.
go. And 3 years later,
Right.
February 2023, 3 years. So yeah, 3 years and almost 1 month, So it was going
Yeah.
for. So yeah.
Now, how many let's call it subscribers do you have like on your podcast?
So the thing with podcast it doesn't tell you how many subscribers. It just tells you how many listens you have. We have about
Yeah.
12,000 listens right now, which is great.
So said 12,000?
12,000, yeah, which is great so far. 'Cause
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So when you our like, interview podcast, you want the numbers up because when you reach out to your PR people, public relations to get like an artist to come on your show, you have to supply them
Mhm.
with numbers and
Right.
higher your number count is, the more likely they'll be able to come on your show. So, you know,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Wait,
12.
so you got 12,000. So that means you have sponsors, right?
Oh, okay. So we are trying to get some sponsors. We are affiliated with Bones Coffee Company and BetterHelp.
Okay.
And for any of your
Okay.
listeners wanting to get a 10% off, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a mental health hotline. So you can call them
Mhm.
anytime if you feel down or if you're thinking about suicide or something worse. Call them,
Yeah.
and then they'll fix you with a therapist within 48 hours, and you don't have to
Hmm.
go to their building because they don't have a building. You can talk to them over the phone or text them, which is a great,
Hmm.
just kind of what like it's a one-on-one um therapy session with them. But if you use our
Yeah.
Music Speaks, all one word, you get the first month um 15% off. So
Okay.
10% off. I'm sorry. And
So
then
it's one month, 15% off.
well, okay, so it's 10% off. My bad, 10% off. They just do
Yeah.
that, all across the board. I don't know why it's 10. I probably could ask for more percent off, but I don't know. Roll for the furthers yet. So,
Yeah.
and both coffee is the best coffee I've ever had. Because I'm drinking coffee right now. I'm not sure if you're a coffee fan, but
I'm a
both
coffee fan
coffee.
for
Yeah,
sure.
okay, good, good. Yeah, so both coffee has flavored coffee. They have over
So
30
Bones Coffee.
Bones Coffee Company. Yep, bonescoffee.com. And they
Hmm.
have over 35 flavors you can order. And
35 flavors.
5 flavors, yes, sir. It's my favorite flavor is It's mint invaders, and it tastes just like ice cream.
Okay.
Just like ice cream, yeah. So if you order anything from there, you can use our code
Mhm.
Music Speaks for a percent for 10% off your order, and you can use that code anytime you want to. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're getting up there, but we're not to the financial sponsors yet. Yeah, because
Yeah.
those companies that I just told you about, BetterHelp and Bonus Coffee, the
Mhm.
so we're relying on the fan base to purchase that so we can get paid. So it's not like a financial, but now
Yeah.
we're looking for financial sponsorships. So anybody who wants to sponsor us, please do. You know,
Yep.
we
Yep. You heard that. You heard that, guys.
yeah, come on, guys.
Mhm. Okay. But after this, it was a pleasure meeting you, though.
Yeah, it's likewise.
Um, and then hopefully we get more of those sponsors up, man.
Yeah,
Elevate each other, build each other up, right? So
that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. So anybody who wants to go to When Words Fail Music Speaks can listen to our podcast right there, or we are available
yeah.
on Apple Podcasts mainly. We're available on Spotify. Anywhere you find podcasts, you can stream our show, or you can download it and listen to it later. Oh yeah,
Okay. Yep, you're right about that. Okay, guys, make sure when you get the chance, check out his podcast, When Words Fail, Music Speaks. Um, and it was a pleasure meeting you.
very convenient.
And
All right,
um, and this is the end of the episode of Hidden Identity.
all right, cool. Okay,
And
do you want me to stop it? Stop
yeah, stop it.
record? Okay.